As I fly into Vancouver, it's a strange feeling seeing the Fraser River for the first time, having dreamt about it for so long. It feels a little like being a pioneer of sorts, stepping into a new world, all the way from Ireland to Chilliwack in Canada to try and catch a big fish, the white sturgeon. A survivor from the age of the dinosaurs, the white sturgeon can attain lengths of over 6 meters, weights of over 600 kilograms, and can apparently live for over 150 years. I always enjoy that part of the journey that takes you through the last of the urban and into the rural. The flatness of the landscape gives way quickly to the snow-topped Cascade mountain range we can see in the distance. It is a reminder that we are entering nature's domain. And the dream feels very real now. My biggest fish was barely 30 pounds. What would it be like fighting something 7 or 8 times that? There's no turning back now. The sheer size of the river is so impressive, even more so now that it's full of floodwater. Big river, big fish, perhaps. I thought about my conversation with the security guard at the hotel. He'd recognised my accent as Irish and told me he was a member of the local First Nations, the Squaw, part of the Stolo tribe, known as the River People. He told me how many years before a group of pioneers were working their way through his tribe's territory when they met his ancestors to negotiate safe passage. The elders of the tribe suggested they leave one family member behind as a sign of trust, and so they left a 3-year-old girl. She was adopted into the tribe, got married, and had his great-grandmother. Her original name and her exact country of origin have been lost in history, but all they know now was that she was either Scottish or Irish. And he drew a correlation between the history of my own people and that of his. And he spoke of the bond he felt to the land, to the river, and to the fish within it. And after he left, I mulled over my reasons for fishing here, for the sturgeon, and what the fish meant to him and to me. I didn't have too long to think about it.
Stuff on them and reel down. Just be aggressive with him.
You want me to reel or not?
Yeah, if he's running, just let him go, but if he jumps, try to get, there he is.
Yeah, just lift that rod right up until it comes right out.
Whoa, give it a break.
we go.
I'm tied to a fucking car.
It was a strange feeling to have finally caught my first sturgeon. It was well over 100 pounds, but elated as I was somehow conflicted by the fact that it was smaller than me. I cursed the extra pounds I'd gained in the last few years.
Oh. Popped off. Come on.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, bollocks. Never mind.
So we're up there hunting, and all of a sudden they looks down the hill, and there's a cow moose standing there.
They're big animals, right?
Middle of nowhere. Like, no, normally she just followed the mountain through the valleys, right?
Can you shoot moose then?
Well, you can in the season if you got everything here is limited entry. Unless you go way up north. I'm not a real moose guy. It just doesn't do it for me.
The following dawn found a day where the wind blew a little harder and the water was even angrier. But Rod kept moving us above sandbars or depressions where he'd hoped we'd find a fish. Then the rod tip nodded a couple of times and I was immediately attached to something that left me speechless.
Pull like hell and it still ain't moving. It's just a baby. At least he can go fishing when he wants. That's on the pink line.
Oh shit, sorry. Oh,
What a shame.
Just popped off.
I guess that sometimes in fishing, as in life, things don't always go according to plan. Not always.
oh, you win some, you lose some, right?
That's a chunky fish. Chunky monkey.
You know, they tell you, oh, go sturgeon fishing. Yeah, you have a great time. It's great. Yeah, it's really good fun. Yeah. They don't fucking tell you how sore it is. It's so amazing.
Won't move, right?
Oh.
He's big, eh?
I felt as insignificant as when I first led a horse by the reins and the horse decided to bolt with me hanging on until I could do no more and bit the dirt. I guess there's not much you can do against an animal that's bigger and stronger than you except either hang on or let go.
Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, here he goes.
Then the angle of the line started to shallow up and it suddenly breached the surface, its gaping mouth shaking vigorously in the open air as it tried to shed the hook. This was the fish I had waited over 30 years for.
Just relax, Garrett. Enjoy it.
Make a happy thought.
We'll be back at work next week.
I really need him back massage.
Just jump it, get ready. That's it. Just keep leaning on him a little bit. Just lean on him. Juice. It's gonna hit the back. Oh yeah, he's right behind the boat. We're doing good.
But eventually we reached the grass, beached the boat, and I fought the fish those last few yards from high up on the back of the boat until it wallowed in the shallows.
When I get guys 260, 270 trying to do that. Nice fish, man. Oh, come on. Just keep lean on.
Get over here. Trying.
Rod grabbed the leader and then the fish in its cavernous mouth, and it was caught.
You got him?
Yeah.
It was 7 feet 10 inches long, weighed somewhere around 270 pounds, and was probably about 45 years old. It was no monster by sturgeon standards, but it was my monster, and no matter how much weight I might have gained since I first dreamt of catching one, it was certainly bigger than me. I had caught the fish I had come for. All the big fish I had ever caught came into mind. My biggest tench from County Laois, my 2 finest pike from County Cavan and Athabasca, my largest English carp from Kent and my best Irish carp from County Westmeath, my huge lake trout from Athabasca and Hotta, and finally my biggest rudd and bream, both caught in Sweetcorn from the Royal Canal in County Meath. All my personal records I dredged up to compare it with this usurper, this fish as big as a man. With 1 minute remaining before we had to call it a day, Nick struck into his second fish.
Just a little cranky, that's all.
Just for a second, it appeared that it might be one of the massive fish we'd seen on the radar. But then, wasn't to be. Rod made for the nearest dry land and we beached the boat next to a First Nations smokehouse.
Just over here.
And a woman in a floral dress called out,
Yeah, he's
"That's
coming
my
over.
sturgeon, that's my sturgeon," as Nick fought the fish into the shallow water.
He's right here, down here,
She hauled her skirt up about her knees and waded into the water. "I am Diane. I live by the smokehouse," she said, in the same peculiar accent that Joe had spoken with 2 nights before. "These fish carry our spirits when we die," she told me, "and that is my sturgeon." She waded to the fish, and the fish stayed hypnotically calm as she stroked its flank and whispered something to it in her native tongue. "Thank you," she said to me. "It was good to meet it." And like the fish, she was gone.